Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. Now just so you know, I am trying to make these videos shorter. If they do tend to be kind of long like my old ones, I apologize. But there's specific messages that need to be shared, so I don't really want to cut them short if there's something that needs to be conveyed, but I will do my best to shorten them. So just so you know, I'll be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck to gain insight as to what the shadow self is revealing at this time. Then we'll gain further clarity by using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and then getting more information, clarifying further with the Intuitive. So without any further delay, let's get stuck in. So what is it that Capricorn's shadow self is trying to reveal at this time? What needs healing? What needs addressing? What needs releasing? The Capricorn at the end of December. Okay, masquerade. Interesting. So we'll get to that in just a moment. And I always pull two cards, right? Because there's always more than one thing going on at any one time. Particularly when it comes to the things that need healing or that we're kind of projecting at this time. So I always like to pull two cards. Okay, and you got Black Flower Fragrance. So that's an interesting combination, and it does make a lot of sense. Because if we take Masquerade here, for example, as you can see, this guy, as beautiful and alluring as he is, his mask is off and he's looking very sad and he's looking off to the distance, okay? This is someone who's sick of wearing a mask. This is someone who's sick of just, things being nicely nice on the surface, playing the game, playing the field maybe, playboy, playgirl energy. Maybe just sick of just kind of the shallowness of life and looking for something deeper, seeking meaning. Right? This is the vibe I always get from this card. Seeking meaning, yearning for more than what is given, what is being presented at this time. And this can apply in various different ways. It doesn't have to be in terms of dating necessarily. This can play out in many different ways in a person's life. But seeking something deeper, something more than just what's being presented at this time. Something very surface level, right? And then with Black Flower Fragrance, this talks about feeling like in some way you're damaged, or that you're damaged goods, or that you are carrying heavy burdens, baggage, there's something dark in your past, there's something traumatic that you've been carrying, there's something unsavory about your character, whatever it is, there's something that you're harboring that you feel will make you unattractive, unwanted, unlovable to others or a specific person. You feel like because you're carrying something dark within inside yourself, that will prevent you from obtaining love, that will prevent you from aligning to something positive, for good things to happen in your life, because of this thing, whatever it is, whatever this dark flower is in your life that you're carrying, is going to prevent you from having something beautiful, right? So that's the general energies that we've got here playing out at this time for you, Capricorn. Obviously, this may not resonate for all of you. It is a general reading, so take it as it applies if it does. If it doesn't apply, that's fine. Maybe take a look at one of the other shadow work readings, because you will have other signs in your placements, right? Particularly when it comes to your sun, moon and rising, there may be something else there that's more relevant to you, so take a look at that if you know your chart. So let's go in and get more insight as to what's being communicated for you at this time, particularly between the last full moon in the middle of the month and right at the tail end going into the new year. Okay, tail end of December, that is. Alright, so let's have a look. Alright. So, to begin with, you've got the Justice in reverse, Libra energy. So what is it about you? Or what is it that you're harboring? This dark secret, this difficult past, this regret, remorse, guilt, this character flaw, traits that makes you feel like you are so undeserving of good things. That's what you need to ask yourself at this time. This is what I feel like is being presented in the Justice card. Why do you feel like you are not deserving of good things in your life, in whatever format? That's what you're being asked to address, being asked to reflect upon. Because whatever you feel like prevents you from being able to attract good things, or whatever you feel like makes you unworthy, you may be mistaken. Okay, we'll get to that when we clarify and go further into the spread. So you've got Two of Pentacles in reverse next. So this talks about going back and forth in your mind regarding this, okay? So it's like, okay, there's something you probably have your eye on. There's something that you want. And there's something that seems like it could be within reach, but you're going back and forth in your mind. You're like, yeah, but it's too good to be true. There's something's amiss. There's obviously got to be some kind of sham, a lie, it's a scam. It's not legit. This person is a fake. This person is lying to me. It's a trap. You know, it's those negative thoughts, okay? Then there's this other part of you that's like, yeah, but what if it works out? What if it goes really well? What if I get this? What if that happens? You know, what if my life changes? You know, so you're going back and forth in your mind between these two different ways of looking at a situation, right? So you're really conflicted as to how to move towards something, because you're just going back and forward in your mind. However, you know, I feel like because with this being in reverse, you know that you have to put that to bed because it's just driving you insane, right? Like it's just giving you a headache. It's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I just want to move towards this. But how do I do it? That's why I feel like you're at now. You're like, okay, I know I need to go after what it is that I want, but how do I do that? Okay. So next you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So air energy, okay. Now this is really talking about you having unresolved issues that need healing, okay. And I'm not saying that in a way that's like you've got issues. Like it's not dismissive like that. It is just a fact that there's healing that needs to be done, okay. There's things that haven't been processed yet, that haven't been addressed for healing. Ooh. Did you see the change in light just there? I'm not sure if you picked up that if that was caught on camera, but the light just kind of dimmed a little bit and then went bright again. So that's interesting, okay? So yeah, this is obviously a very pivotal part of the message for you, okay? That healing needs to take place. There's things that are not being addressed, okay, directly head on. And they need to be, because these aspects that are still very tender, very sore, that are still creating a lot of negative emotions and that are triggering negative thoughts within you, are what's potentially going to prevent you from having your happiness, okay? Because they'll start to manifest in different ways, whether it's through your behavior, whether it's through the types of energies and people you want to attract around you at this time. Unpleasant and unlucky situations, unfortunate situations. It will manifest in various different ways if you don't address that head on, okay? So then underneath the Justice in reverse, you also have the Devil in reverse. So this is Capricorn energy. This is your energy, okay? And this is really talking about the illusion of your perception, okay? In that you feeling like you are undeserving of good things because of whatever it is you're carrying. But what the universe is trying to show you here is that is an illusion. That's not even real, okay? That what you think about yourself is not how it really is, okay? That in fact, you are deserving of good things, okay? And that if you want to attract good things, you need to be stepping forward with the right energy, with the right attitude, with the right beliefs, right? Especially in yourself. Because otherwise you're going to attract more of the things you don't want, okay? So you're really being called to not fall into the trap of setting yourself up for failure. You know, self-sabotage, essentially. So that needs addressing, for sure. Next, you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's why this just came up in Sagittarius, this reading, as well as the Justice. But anyway, Seven of Swords in reverse talks about, you know, something that was being kept hidden, some lie, some misconception, or maybe a misunderstanding is going to be cleared up in some way, okay? So maybe where you're unsure because something wasn't communicated, it will be communicated clearly to you. And that will help you with your decision moving forward. For some of you, it's a case of, you know, you haven't acted, you haven't spoken, because you're going back and forth in your mind as to whether or not this is even real. Can this something so good happen to me? Should I trust it? Should I go for it, or should I run from it? So you haven't communicated what it is you actually want regarding this, whatever it is. But now is the time, you know, now is the time to be open and honest about what it is that you want, and not allow your fear and your feeling of lack of self-worth to prevent you from getting what it is that you want. And then finally you have the Eight of Cups, okay, water energy. And that's directly under the Four of Swords here as well. So we're really seeing the importance of your healing, and in order to do that, you need to take time to yourself, do the introspective work, okay? Go into a little bit of a mini hermit mode, okay? Go off, distance yourself from the things that you know cause you pain, that makes you question your worth, makes you question your capability, or that is tied to the things that is the black flower within you, okay? So, you know, it's disconnecting yourself from those things or people or circumstances, and going off and doing the introspective work, really digging deep to make sense of what it is that you're harboring within yourself that makes you feel unworthy of something positive, something beautiful in your life, that makes you feel like you're unable to give what it is that you want to give, right? Okay, so let's start clarifying then. So we already have a good idea of what's being communicated at this time and what needs addressing, right? And I think it's so sad that, you know, this time you feel like, even though there could be something very beautiful, very promising on the horizon, you don't feel like you're capable or ready to receive it, right? Because you're carrying some burden, some weights on your shoulders, some false perception of yourself that's really preventing those positive vibes and fortune from coming in, you know. Alright, let's have a look. So to clarify then, the Justice in reverse here. You have the Sun card, Leo energy, and the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. So again, you don't feel like you can celebrate. You feel like you have nothing to celebrate. You're not deserving of positive things. You're not deserving of success, right? You're not deserving of love, even. Joy, happiness, bliss, all that good stuff, right? Ascendant energies. You feel like they're shut off to you. You feel like all you know and all you'll ever receive is the shadow. So I feel like you have a lot of shadow work to do, in particular at this time, Capricorn. For those who this reading resonates, you have a lot of shadow work to do. So it's really important that you do look at that. Obviously, I don't know if you're aware, but I do personal readings as well. So if you want to dive into that on a more one-to-one level, then you can contact me. The information is in the description, okay? But either way, you really need to do the introspective work, because you're just really missing out on some really beautiful things that are trying to be brought into your life, simply because you don't believe that You are worthy of it. That's what this is the really saddest, this is the saddest part about it, that you don't believe you're deserving of this joy, right? That is so close, that is within reach, okay? And that you don't see that you are the source of this joy. The reason this is actually even possible, because it is, by the way, is because, you know, in your true form, when you're stripped away of those insecurities, of the traumas you're carrying, of the burden, the heavy loads you're carrying, you know, the patterns of behavior and all these things that were projected on you, if you strip all of that away, that's what's left, right? This is you. And that's the realization you have to come to after doing this work, right? So to clarify the Two of Pentacles in reverse here, Earth energy, you have the Eight of Cups again, and the Sword, right? The Ace of Swords. So this is it, you know, speaking your truth, standing in your truth, knowing what is meant for you, and not accepting, not allowing your fear to tell you otherwise, right? Going off to do the introspective work, and not just allow your fear to bog you down, to stop you from going after what it is that you actually want, you know? Because it's coming, right? It's coming into your reality, but you have to speak it into being, right? And that's what you're being encouraged to do at this time, to come out of this energy here, right? To go after what it is that you actually want, and to speak it into being. Okay, so clarify the Four of Swords in reverse here, air energy. You have the Eight of Wands in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. So again, you're not listening to your own intuition. Your own intuition is screaming at you that all of these obstacles that you're seeing, all of these burdens and blockages and, you know, just negative things that are preventing you from getting what it is that you truly want in life, is partially self-made, okay? Because the reality is, if you're operating from a space of knowing, right, of trusting, I mean, yourself as much as the universe and anything else, you won't see the things that you see as burdens and as challenges, you'll see as lessons, right? You'll see as a means to obtaining more information. Because I feel like the things that you're seeing as like roadblocks preventing you on your path aren't actually so. It's just you're perceiving it that way, right? There may be things that are actually trying to help you, or people that are trying to help you at this time. But because you're not open to being helped, because you believe that no one actually does want to help you, or situations are not moving in your favor, you perceive it as obstacles, right? So to clarify the Devil in reverse here, your energy, Capricorn, you have the Chariot in reverse, so that's Cancer energy, and you have the Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, yeah? Not taking action, but not wanting to stay where you are. That's what's coming up here. And it's again that Two of Pentacles energy, right? Wanting to move forward, but not knowing how to do so. Feeling like you can't stay where you are, but you can't move forward. And that's the illusion as well, because that's also what's keeping you from going after what it is that you truly want. That's preventing you from the abundance from coming in, because you're in this really awkward, static state of stop, start, like, you know, not wanting to move forward, but knowing you have to do so. But yeah, just being terrified that, you know, if you do act upon it, that it's not going to come together. Right? But you're still looking at it, you're still yearning for that, especially with this energy here, right? You're still looking at these things and still yearning to change your life, to yearning for this beauty, this joy, this bliss, that you feel is missing from your life right now. You're still yearning for it, but you're not actively doing anything about it because you don't feel deserving of it, which is really sad. Honestly, it's heartbreaking. Okay. All right then. So to clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse here, you have the Seven of Swords in the upright and the Two of Wands in reverse. So what is it that you're so scared to reveal? What is it that you're so scared to communicate? Because you know that you have to. You have no alternative, but you're terrified to do so. Because you feel like if I do that and I go after what I want, it's a sham. I don't have the power to make it happen. You know, I'm not capable of making it happen. And I'm not going to have, you know, this ability. I'm not going to find others that believe in me. I'm not going to be with someone who sees my worth as much as I see theirs. You know, it's all of this negativity still of just being like, well, I can't make it happen, so why should I even communicate it? And others are not going to see my worth either, right? It's that kind of energy. And then finally, the Eight of Cups here. You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. So again, you're having to walk away to look at things more clearly because you keep running. You keep running from the abundance that keeps trying to come in. You know, and I feel like in this instance where the Eight of Cups come in, you're running away from your abundance, right? You're cutting your losses and you're letting fear win. So that's preventing you from getting the abundance you would have otherwise have. Because someone is trying to offer you an opportunity here. Or even this is you. You have the means to create the reality that you wish to see, right? To operate in. But you're not seeing it. You're just cutting your losses and running before you even embark upon it, right? So how can you possibly know if you're just running away every time something that hints of something promising appears in your life, right? That's the thing. Alright, so just some last parting advice for you before we close the read. Why am I not surprised that came up for you? Jeez, okay, so guess what the first card was? Hanged Man, right? Crossroads. You can't stay where you are. You have to make a choice. You have to act, okay? You can't stay in this space anymore because it's only going to add to the confusion. It's only going to add to your misery, okay? So you have to make a decision and act upon it. You know, the King of Wands in reverse, you know. You could be manifesting so many positive changes in your life if you only believed that you had what it takes, that you are the co-creator of your reality, that you are passionate, that you are driven, that you are inspiring, that you have so many beautiful traits yourself, right? People are drawn to you and you don't even realize it, I feel. Okay, because this energy here is someone who's very alluring, that's very appealing, that is well sought after, but is also kind of aloof and detached, right? And that's what I feel like that's you, okay, at this time, because this is your energy here, Sagittarius, right? Fire energy. So you are the King of Wands in reverse right now. You don't see your own worth, you don't see your own potential. So that's what needs addressing. So until you do, this karmic cycle isn't going to end. Okay, so that needs to be your priority. Addressing what it is that makes you feel unworthy, that prevents you from seeing your true worth, your true value, you know, and realizing just how wanted you truly are. And once you do that, then this karmic cycle can end and some of this abundance can finally start coming in. So, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If this resonated, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I'm going to be jumping into the January monthly tarot readings very, very soon, within the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I will see you very soon.